Hi there, tennis friends. My name is Elipironqua, and today we're going to talk about when to use topspin in recreational tennis. Stay till the end of this video to find out all the scenarios where it's a good idea to use topspins and the ones that is a good idea to hit flat. Number one, baseline rallies. Okay, so when you want to stay consistent in your baseline rally, it's a great idea to hit a lot of, balls that have spin to keep your opponent further back on the baseline and not allow them to move in. And also, the spin shot does not give the opponents the pace that they like. So it's basically a shot that bounces, and it usually bounces a little bit higher and kind of over the shoulder of the person who receives it, while the flat shot will come directly kind of on your striking zone. And a lot of recreational players like to play against players who constantly hit flat because it's very comfortable, shot to return, versus the topspin is not as comfortable and it's a little bit more challenging. Number two, you can hit successfully topspin when you are on the run, when you're running forward and when you're also running side to side. It's easier to have more control over the ball when you're brushing it, when you're using that spin, versus, running for a ball and hitting it flat. Flat and aggressive shots always carry a little bit more risk versus the spin shots, especially if you're very well trained in them. Number three, passing shots. So a passing shot, it's when someone is at the net and, they're trying to guard the net. It's always a good idea to hit a little bit with a little bit of spin and pass this person. And, this again gives you a lot of security, versus if you're trying to hit flat somewhere away from them, there's always the chance that they will just reach and return, your passing shot. But if you lift it, it's a little bit more difficult, and also once the ball bounces again, it accelerates and lifts higher, much more difficult to get than a flat shot, unless it's maybe Sabalenka's flat shot. Okay, number four, high shots. We've all received very high shots. We have all played like moon ballers. You could hit one or two of these very high shots, right? You could hit them flat and aggressive, and you may win 1 or 2 points. But in reality, if you want to play successfully for a long time against this moon baller, it is a great idea to learn how to spin back to them high on their shots. It's much more difficult to lift a ball that's already high and it's pushing you out of the court than lifting a flat ball that's somewhere in the middle of the court, even deep in the court. Okay, number five, approach shots. Okay, so usually when we see professional tennis on the approach shot, you would see, professional players coming in and hitting very hard. I suggest you use topspin when you are approaching, especially when you play doubles, if you're a recreational player, because the spin will keep the back person further back and will not allow them to come in immediately, which will grant you some time at the net, which is obviously what you're hoping for when you're trying to use approach. Okay guys, so we covered when to hit topspin. Now we're gonna cover when not to hit it. So when you return a first serve and the ball it's very fast and you can easily use their pace and hit a cross court, I would definitely do that to open the court, to start the point in my advantage. So even in recreational tennis, I would do that. Again, if you're not good at, don't risk it. But if you have that return, go for it. It really will set up the point, and it's a great idea. Another time when you really want to be aggressive with flat shots is when you get that shorter ball in the middle of the court and you have to move in and attack the angles. It's basically what we call a gift in tennis, and this is when you have to move in and try to be a little bit more aggressive to win that point. Another time when it's very difficult to use spin, it's when you're chasing like very low balls that are in front of you. these are kind of difficult to spin. You have to be very skillful with your wrists. So that's why I think for recreational tennis, it's a good idea to try to place those balls in any way you can. You know, again, spinning so close to the net, it's tricky and it's difficult. So maybe try to place the ball flat and deeper in the court. Okay guys, if you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.